I'm Anastasia Chatzka, a fashion designer with over 20 years of experience and a sewing educator. And I'm really excited you're here to share another sewing adventure with me today. Welcome to Sewing Anastasia, and today I'm going to show you how to make your dress bigger. I have this super cute dress here from the 50s, but it is way too small to fit me, so I'm going to show you how to make this dress bigger. There are a few different ways that you can make your dress bigger, and this one is super easy. So if you're looking for something quick, easy, and fast, definitely try this method. If you're looking for something a little more complicated, perhaps with a lining in a dress, I have another video for that on letting out a dress and making it bigger. Today we're going to be adding satin ribbon to make this dress fit perfect. We're going to add it to center back where our zipper goes, and we're also going to add it to the shoulders so that way we can bring down the waistline. So in this method, you don't have to have extra fabric, you just need some cute ribbon. If you're not already a subscriber to Sewing Anastasia, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing and following me on my sewing adventures. Supplies for this project are super simple. You're going to need your pins, you're going to need some matching thread, you're going to need some fabulous ribbon, and you're going to need your scissors. You're also going to need your seam ripper and a fun dress to modify. The first thing we want to do is seam rip open center back and remove your zipper. So I've already removed my zipper, but I still have to undo the bottom of my center back here. So I'm going to go ahead and seam rip that. So we're just going to start picking our stitches out and work our way all the way down. We did it! We now have center back completely open. Next, you need to serge any raw edge that you have that you opened up where you're going to put ribbon. If you'd like to bring down your waistline, make sure you seam rip open your shoulder seams as well. Now that we have all of our seams open, it's time to go to the serger and serge up all those edges so that way they're nice and clean and not gonna fray. If you don't have a serger, you can either zigzag or overcast for this step. Now that everything's serged, it's time to attach our ribbon. And you're probably wondering, what width of ribbon do I need to use and how much am I adding to the back? Well, this really depends on how much you need to add to make your dress fit. I'm going to be using this 2-inch ribbon and I'm going to be attaching it to both sides of center back, and I've accounted for seam allowance to put back my zipper. So take some measurements and make sure you add the perfect amount, and don't forget to include seam allowance for your zipper. So we have center back laid out flat here. Our edge is nice and serged. I have my ribbon. Now what I want to do is take my ribbon and we're going to put it on top of the serge. You could place right sides together and flip it back, but I have a sheer dress, so I just want to place this on top, and I'm going to top stitch the ribbon down. So what I'm going to do is pin it down. So I'm going to overlap it about 1/4 inch right outside that serge. I'm gonna give myself some extra at the top so I can tuck that under later for a finished edge. And we're just going to pin down this ribbon. Once you've pinned all the way down to the bottom, give yourself 1 inch or 2 and cut off the ribbon. Now that we have that ribbon all pinned to one side, we're gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing to the other side. Now that we have the ribbon pinned down on both sides, it's time to edge stitch it down. So we're just gonna stitch really close to the edge of the ribbon so that way we can adhere it to the fabric. Remember, we're gonna stitch at the very edge of the ribbon so that way there's no flap of ribbon and it's just nice and flat on the fabric. Don't forget to back stitch. Take out your pins before you get to them. Back stitch and cut. Now go ahead and do the exact same thing to the other side. Our edge stitch is looking great and we have some beautiful ribbon on our dress now. But we have these leftover ends on both sides. What are we gonna do? Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut some off just so we have a seam allowance left, and we're gonna serge it. So I would leave about 1/2 inch, serge it, and then we're gonna flip it under and top stitch it down. So we want to leave a little extra so we have a seam allowance that we can turn under, but I'm going to go ahead and cut off all of the extra. And now what you want to do is finish this edge so it doesn't fray. So you can choose to serge it, zigzag it, or overcast it. Our edge is finished and that looks great. So now what we're going to do is take it and fold it so that it's nice and even with our bodice that we have there. And we're just going to top stitch it down. And you can see now that we've serged everything, we have our ribbon on there, it all looks nice and finished. Don't forget to back stitch or fix. We're just gonna top stitch this ribbon down, back stitch at the end, and cut. Look how nice that edge looks on the outside and on the inside. Now you wanna do the same thing to all the other ends of your ribbon. Our ribbon extension is on and it is looking beautiful. Our edges are finished and we have extended the dress so that way we can fit in it now. So exciting. Now grab your invisible zipper and we are gonna put it in at center back and then we get to try the dress on and hopefully it fits. Now grab your invisible zipper and let's put it in at center back. So we're gonna be putting our zipper here at center back. So remember when you do your invisible zipper to unzip it and flip it so that way your twill tape ends up at the edge of your garment at center back. Once I have the zipper in, I'm also gonna close up center back. If you need help with how to put in an invisible zipper, make sure you check out my video for it. Link down below or card up here. So let's go over to the sewing machine and get that zipper in. Don't forget to put your zipper foot on and move your needle position all the way over to the left to put on the first side of the zipper. Don't forget to back stitch, and let's work our way all the way down to the bottom of the zipper. Our zipper is in the dress. All we need to do is finish off these tails on the top of the dress at the top of the ribbon. And how do you do that? Well, I'm gonna show you. Make sure you place your zipper so it's nice and flat. And then I want you to take the tail and flip it down so that way it's even with the ribbon. And then take your zipper and flip it under and then top stitch right over that tail and the ribbon, and then it's gonna hold it in place and then you don't have any tail on the top of your dress. We're gonna do that on both sides of the zipper. So let's go ahead and finish the top of the zipper. Make sure you back stitch. And cut. Now for the other side, I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Our zipper is in and it's looking great. And we also have the extension on our dress, so now we can fit into it. The back is all finished. If you only needed to make it a little wider, then you are completely done. If you'd like to drop your waistline, then keep following along and we're gonna add some ribbon to those open shoulders. Now we are ready to extend the shoulders, and this is so easy. Now that we're open, all we're gonna do is sew a piece of ribbon to the shoulders. It works best if you can find one that's the exact same width so we can just sew it on, and then we have a ribbon at the shoulder. And we're gonna leave these long so that way we can tie them in bows at the shoulder and it'll be so cute. If you don't want bows on your shoulders, then no worries. You can just measure how long you need your extension and sew that to both sides of the shoulder strap. But I think bows are gonna be super cute for this dress, so I'm gonna leave long tails and tie them in bows. The first thing we're gonna do is cut our ribbon in 4. So I'm just gonna fold it in half and cut. And then I'm gonna fold these in half again and cut. Okay, now that we have 4 pieces of ribbon, we're gonna sew these to the shoulders. We're gonna place right sides together and put a pin in. And then all we're gonna do is sew a 1/2 inch across. We're gonna flip it back and then we will top stitch it and we are done. So we're sewing the ribbon to the strap. We're gonna make sure we back stitch. You get to the end, back stitch. And now you could either serge this edge or you could zigzag it. I'm just gonna zigzag it real quick. So we're just zigzagging it so it doesn't fray anymore. And now what we're gonna do is take it and flip the ribbon back, and now we're just gonna top stitch the ribbon down. Back stitch and cut. Your strap should now look something like this. Go ahead and do the exact same thing to all your other shoulders. We did it! We extended the back of the dress, and we have beautiful little ties at the shoulders. Look how cute those are. If we wanted, we could put them in little bows as well. I just love how sweet and precious this dress is, and how the satin ribbon actually adds something nice to it, and it made it bigger so that way I can fit into it now. It's so cute, and now I can wear it, which is so exciting. Love these little shoulders, and the back is so pretty as well. This was so easy to do. So next time you're thrifting or out vintage shopping and you find a dress that's a little bit too small, don't keep it on the rack. Grab it and take it home and give it a new life. Just add a little ribbon to it and it'll fit. Thanks so much for watching Sew Anastasia today. If you have any questions on how to make a dress bigger, well, leave it down below and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. And I just love this method. I would love to know what you think of this method as well, so leave it in the comments below. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up, give it some applause, and make sure you subscribe to Sew Anastasia. Also, if you don't follow me on social media, on Pinterest and Instagram and TikTok and all those fabulous social media websites, make sure you follow me so that way we can keep inspiring each other. And I would love to see your projects, so make sure you tag me in your creative projects so that way I can share them with everyone else. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!